Welcome, Aries. Now the moon is in your sign, so I will do your reading. Like I said, after the full moon of Aquarius, I want to do the readings in such a way that I get influenced by the moon, and the sun still is in Leo, and the moon is in Aries, and those are usually very, very hot days, right? So as we have experienced right now. Tomorrow the moon will then be in Taurus. You are the emperor, right? So basically this is your card, this is your major arcana card. And as you can see, you sit here on your throne in the middle of nature. You're not sitting on a throne that is, how would I say, in a castle, right? So you're not sitting in a indoor place. You're sitting out in nature, and that's really the big influence of this card. If you look at it, it's quite barren, right? There's not like a green, lush landscape. And the reason for that is that your planet, the influence of your planet is Mars. And Mars is, as we now have seen through the robot, or like that little, I don't know what it was, its name was landed on Mars, and we saw the pictures of Mars. And it's quite a barren, dry planet. And this is in a way the visual, right, of this planet. So he's out in nature. And what that means is that he actually, if he rules just, right, because he is the great father, he is the reason, he is the logos, right? That's where the logic comes from. Oh, that's logic, right? It's because we have found words to describe the nature around us. Right? He needs these words. She, the Empress, which is his partner, right? Partner in crime, in a way. She doesn't need words. She embodies, she feels, right? She's almost like that very sensual energy, and it's very lush, and there's water, and there's the grains and the stars, and it's that fertility, right? So he's just kind of like in this emptiness. And that's really also how the Sanskrit perspective of this card, when we go to the sattvic and rajasic energy, and then tamasic, right? These are the three stages of all lives, where sattvic is the seed, is that pure stage. Rajasic is the growth, which is him. And then tamasic is again the death, that we fall back into the sattvic, into the seed, the fruit that falls off the tree, so that again a new energy can grow. And we can see that he himself is embodying this logic, this like, I want to go to a certain place, and I have a reason for it, right? So he has the reason to go for it. Now, the Hebrew word here is hey. Hey means, or hey, it's a little bit like, hey, you know, hey, what's up, right? What's going on? Hey. And it means window. And the interesting thing is, it's almost like he sits in a window. His throne almost becomes a window. And this throne that becomes a window is basically his boundaries. He sits in his boundaries, right? He creates boundaries because reason needs a name, needs a frame for the things that we want to focus on, that we want to look at, right? And so it's very, very interesting how actually at the same time a window frames something and makes us focus on something that we may have not thought of focusing on. But at the same time, it also closes it in, right? So there's this double meaning to it. So, and this is how people sometimes rule. Some people rule in such a way that we can look at and see, oh, okay, here is someone that makes me focus on something, where I can find my own freedom to see something or to liberate myself something towards. And then there's those who rule or rule in such a way that you actually enclosed, right? You're not allowed to go out of this frame. And the true ruler, the true King of Kings, right? That's what he is. He's the King of Kings, the Emperor. He rules in such a way that when he finished ruling, the people feel like they have done it or they have realized it, right? So it's not the ruler that's like, look at me, I'm your ruler, I did everything, I, ego, 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 right? I put the frame, I gave you the word, I created everything. No, it's like you serving. When you're on that position, you're not, well, like, what else do you want? You want to go to what? You're already Mars, right? You're already a planet. You want to get out of the galaxy. Right? There's other galaxies and there's other rulers, and then we fight with the rulers, and then we have war, and we compete with each other. Who's the bigger emperor? And I want to be the emperor of the emperor. And again, there's always a ladder further up or further down or further right or further left. But it's like, why can't you just be the ruler? You're already the ruler. Or you need more. What do you need, right? And that's where the difficulty comes in. Like these kind of people, they want to rule, and sometimes they get taken over by this energy of wanting to rule the people and showing them who is the boss, who is the king, who is the one that made the decision. And the real ruler actually is the one that says, I rule, but I'm not going to show it. And those are the people who will be remembered forever, right? Then we have his scepter, and it has the Ankh connection. Again, like a higher connection to the spiritual, and also the wand, right? He is that spark. He is the beginning. He is spring, Aries. Then we have here on his throne the Aries heads, very clearly the ram heads, right? And of course, the best way to rule are the sheeps, right? So he sometimes also creates an energy where he is looking out in a way that he makes people indoctrinated, not allowing them to give them the awareness of, I can rule. I can also create my own awareness. I can create my own life, my own ruling. I'm also a ruler because the ruler lets me rule too. Right? So it's a very strong card, and that's why also the red, right? And as we can see, he's wearing this red coat and a crown on top of his head. But we also see underneath the shoes, right, made of metal. And I'm just gonna see if there's more metal showing through. So he is guarded, right? He is protecting himself. There is a certain sternness to him, right? When he sits there and knows he is the King of Kings. So, but the red covering him, which is the first chakra, the foundation, nationalism, government, all these things, right, that we need to rule, we need to make wise decisions, right? And as we can see, he faces directly to us, right? So he's in his center. He's not in a spiritual quest like the Hermit or the Hermit. And even the Fool, right? If you look at the Fool, we see him from the side. And we see his left side, which is the more intuitive feminine side, right? If he would be looking in the other side, we see the right side, which is more the masculine side to him. The Magician and the High Priestess, they're all looking forward. They're all looking straight into you. They look at you. So this is your card, and your court card, right? Again, from the 12th of March to the 9th of April, you are the Queen of Wands. And she sits here also on the throne, but she has her head already slightly to the left, so we see her right side. Very strong, very creative card. I will do extra cards on each of these, right? So I'm still working on the major arcana cards. Once I get to them, then you will see slowly this more being emphasized. Okay. So I took the deck of the Lightseer Tarot. I ordered another deck, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I will use these cards, and let's start with the reading. Very interesting, very, very powerful. My yoga card for the Emperor. I'm still working it. There's things now that I'm discovering, which is this card, right? So here we have also the circle behind, which is the planet Mars. We have this barren landscape, and we have the number 4 in these 4 squares, right? Which is the window, which is the throne, which is that connection to the outer world. I don't have the ram in there yet, which I thought I will add now. I'm still working on the cards, like I said, but I want you to see that this is, when you look at the mudra in meditation, we holding the higher consciousness, right? So in Ayurveda, this is earth, this is water, this is fire, and this is air, and this is space. So the Chin mudra is this higher consciousness. If I would put this mudra, it would say he controls fire, but we want to go to a higher level, right? And he wants to go to a higher level and create this circle here between these 2 fingers, because the energy emits out of the fingertips, and we're bringing them together, right? So here I want him to become, this emperor, a ruler that doesn't rule anymore. He rules by giving the people the feeling they have done everything, right? That's exactly what this pose does. You rule from within, not from outside. You know, you're not from the outer appearance, right? Where we are the money and the power and everything that we think, you know, comes from appearance. Oh, wow, he has money, so let's follow him, right? No, we rule from within. And this is the position we rule from within from, right? Good. And again, we are in the sun in Leo. So this is the Leo card, right? Here we have this infinite breath, the lion's breath, right? We stick the tongue out and we're really releasing the fire. And we have always the number 8, this infinite awareness of what's up is also below, right? What's up here can also be down here. And also quite a dry landscape, a little bit of green, right, with the earth, but also the dryness and the hot and the fire, right? Good, so these are the yoga positions and these are yoga cards. And so now let's see how your reading is coming. And interesting enough, you have the court card Leo, the King of Wands. Right, so from the deck itself, this influences your reading for this moon in your sign. And I can see right away, right, this is now here in this month and underneath the sun. So you're coming from this sun empowered energy, right? This month empowers you, gives you the feeling of like, yes, the wand, right? And since you are the female, this is in a way suiting you. This month is a good month for you. You feel empowered through the fire. You feel strong when the sun is is part of your sign, right? Because it's your element, it's fire and it's this warmth and you enjoy it, you love it, right? And you connected with the sun. For some reason, the sun gives you that empowerment. But very clearly, the King of Wands, this male version of Wands, the King of Wands is here and helping you, right? Helping you to bring a completion to your, because it's a feminine, and even if you're a man, right, it brings something, a completion, a union to you, right, in this month. That's what I feel. Okay, and then of course, very, very powerful, the first 3 cards is you, the Queen of Wands, is the Ace of Pentacles, and is Scorpio, the Death card. Right away, I can see there's a lot of happening, right? So here I can see, not only because I am using this Rider-Waite cards, right? These two, because they're very the symbolism is very strong in them, right? So I like to refer back to them because it's very Hebrew, the tree of life energy, right? And we want to bring that in because it is a Kabbalistic card, oracles, right? It's the Kabbalah is in these cards, right? Which is comes from the Jewish tradition. So here I can see that you have reached a unification within you. Or of course, this is like a power couple. Like, oh my God, I mean, these two people together, they just like create like an amazing energy. All right, so just look at it. Strong. She holds the spark, right? And he then holds the torch, which how they can go out and explore, and the lion behind it, he searches, right? She says this animalistic form, this creative animalistic form, very creative couple, very loving, because it's the cat behind them, right? It's that like Alberto Villoldo, it's like the second level of awareness, the jaguar, it's the cat family. And she really, and this is who you are. This is you showing up in your own reading right now. So there is an empowerment, right? So this is her in a different card deck, right? So people now become very creative in the way they expressing these people. And I haven't painted any yoga position yet to them because I'm still in the major arcana, but that will also come now in time. So she holds that wand up, and she holds the spark in the other hand, and there's many sparks around her. So you have a creative idea, and this creative idea will bring money. Will bring money to you, because this is the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles comes directly from the crown, comes directly from the higher consciousness, which is in the Kabbalistic tree of life, the crown, the Keter. Keter is in a way the Fool. Keter is that zero, is that like it hasn't even started yet, but it is now starting. It is that financial idea which already starts having small little roots. And she knows this is a great idea. Now, with the Death card after, right, when we see this then together, is that you have realized that you need to transform, and you need to let go of something. And what are you letting go of? Is wanting to control, wanting to be the doer. Allow this ace to come to you, and allow the ace to transform you into, as you can see within this hood, the Death card usually is the horse that comes written, that comes towards you. And the horse, right? The horse, the skeleton, I mean, it's a very strong card in the Rider-Waite. He's walking towards the sunrise, meaning there is life after death. So even in these old cards, they're very clearly, and death comes to all, transformation comes to all. We need to let go of something, that something new can rise, right? So we think the sun leaves, but it's the earth that's turning. Always remember, when you look at the sunset, the earth is actually turning backwards, so that the sun is setting or rising. And then when we see the sun rising, the same, right? The sun is constantly moving actually backwards. If I turn away, the back to the sunset, then I go with the rotation of the sun. And that's how we had the 4 directions. Very powerful, right? To understand these positionings. That's why the shaman knows exactly how he positions himself. And I am positioning myself with this, with the view of the sun, right? Right now it's up above me, but I'm facing the sunset. I'm facing this rotation, this actually backwards rotation. Actually, it's behind me, right? It's turning backwards. So that's where you're coming from. I'll leave it here. That's where you're coming from, right? These 3 cards, That's your immediate past. And again, the middle card is the central card, and all the other 8 cards are infinitely, the infinite 8, turning around that central card, right? So here, this is the top 3 cards, right? Then, and this is why I think you are very empowered right now, though there's something happening. You got yourself sitting in the center of this spread. You are here in your own deck twice. You manifested yourself here very clearly, and you're like, okay, here I am. This is Cancer card, this is Aries card, and this is Capricorn card, the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. So I feel that there is a relationship between these 3 happening. You have 2 types of people around you. That can be men or women. It can be replaced, right? This Emperor can be a female, a woman. Doesn't have to be a man. This can be a man as well, and this can be a man as well, right? It's just those are the queens. They have more this feminine aspect to themselves, right? And all kings are air. And all queens are water. So she's water and water. She's water and earth. He is air and fire. And air and fire, oh boy, that's like, I mean, that's intense, right? And water is intense. That's like deep, deep psychic healing, intuitions. And water and earth, that creates, oh my God, like the lush green that she sits in. So either you've been with a Cancer person, and now you are with a Capricorn woman, or you with 2 women, or if it's a man or it's a woman, 2 men, right? Again, constellation, it's like sexless in a way. I mean, you can exchange the people. He can be a she, and the 2 she's can be 2 he's, right? And it can be 3 men, 3 women, a man and 2 women, or a woman and 2 men. I mean, you know, exchange it for you, right? Look at the dates below in the description box. There are the dates of each of them. And this is just the month. This is the month of Aries, right? If you're born in there, if you're an Aries, that's your card. But here with the queens, again, you need to look in the description box below. So you are coming to your empowerment, and it looks like, since there is a transformation, or a transformation has happened to you, it looks like that you have let go of something deep within you, and it seems to me on a sexual level. Because Scorpio is always the sex organs, is always, it's sexual. It's a very sexual card, right? And you, generally, you're in your head. So in your mind, you were able to let go of something, and there was a light, an aha moment that came to you. Then we have the immediate future, the last 3 cards. The 5 of Swords, the High Priestess, and the 7 of Cups. All right, look at them. Now, there came altogether 5, and I show you the last 2, which are out of this cycle, right? So in a way, it's almost like letting me know it's reaching already deeper into the future. But the Five of Swords, as you can see this card, is very clear, right? Something is giving you a headache in this constellation of, let's say, the connection to this woman, to a Capricorn, to a person, or to this man, right? If it's a man, it's a man. If it's a woman, it's a woman. Again, exchangeable. Always remember, exchangeable. There's something happening, right? Because she's kind of, she's looking not at you. And you're looking at her, but she's not looking at you. So maybe you would like her to look at you, and that gives you a moment of, how can I get her to look at me? How can I get her attention? And you really are someone that knows how to get people, right? Now, this woman, sorry, like this. This woman is deep, deep within her, very, very satisfied. And she can help you to release a lot of things. But at the same time, she's also in her own deep healing process. And sometimes you're a little bored. Or sometimes you feel like, you would like to play, right? And so here you're looking over to her. Right? So you're like, okay, so now let's see if you are the Emperor here, you wouldn't even look at her. But she's turning to you. Right? But we're looking at this deck. And at this deck there, you looking at her. You are thinking of going there. And just that itself is giving you a headache, because you start to realize that, because then the High Priestess is coming, your intuition is telling you that this choice, this emotional choice, right? There is something happening, this emotional choice that you now all of a sudden get, right? You start realizing, you start like, okay, I would love to win this woman over, right? But you have another woman there as well. And so here you are knowing in your intuition that this is bringing you, so what I'm going to do with this? I want to be emotionally more fulfilled. I want things to come to me. But that also can in itself be sometimes a little bit of delusional thinking, too much going on, right? 7 is the Crown. And you just feel like you want to continue to explore your emotional or sexual appetite. And there is that next 2 cards that came out, which is here again, the King of Cups, and that spark, that fire, that sexual energy, because the King is connected to the Death card. This is the same person. This is a Scorpio, a very sexual person. So, a very sexual person, right? So, are you, my dear Emperor and the Queen of Wands, are you noticing here a new connection? You looking over there. She's not looking so much. And here with the Scorpio, he is also not looking. He's looking down. So, just feel for yourself if this is what's happening, but this is what I feel. And you create, of course, within you, you create this new, right? You coming from this new idea, from this new creative idea. This is you surrounding this new creative idea. You surround yourself in the end with this sexual energy, because this is, you love that. You love the sexual energy. You're very sexual as well. You really, in your power right now, something is really sparking you, sparking your interest. Maybe a Scorpio, right? Because Scorpio is here with the major arcana and with the court card. So there is a woman or there is a man that is igniting a deep, deep fire within you, because you love to experience this creative energy. And your intuition says, yes, I want to experience this life. I want to be here, because that's below you. And this creative energy is above you. Something powerful happening here, right? So maybe you would like to be in a relationship with a few people. You could be in a relationship with a Cancer, with a Capricorn, or with a Scorpion, right? Also look here at the description box below the dates. Maybe the person falls in there, or maybe you have something going on that you're not really aware yet. So I'm gonna do with the Good Tarot, right? Sorry, the Good Tarot card deck. I want to know Death card. One card for the death. What's that? What is really that transformation that you had? Wow. And I want one for the Five of Swords. Five of Swords, I got 3. Ooh. And the Seven of Cups. What is this emotional fulfillment that you need, which could also be illusionary, right? Sometimes it's an illusion that we want to go crazy and we want more and more and more, and we realize, oh my God, I don't even know what to choose anymore, right? And interesting enough, he looks over, right, to this cup. Which cup should I take? And here's the 8th cup, and the 8th cup is being emotionally moving on, moving to the next level, to the 9th cup, to the absolute happy fulfillment cup, right? The eighth of cups is like moving from the 7 of cups, right, where we like feel like we have all these emotional, yeah, things that we still want, right? Because but it's an illusion. All these emotions, they keep us trapped in this physical dimension, right? And we want to move to a higher spiritual dimension. So maybe this is exactly what I feel, right? So you are moving, you are not sure with these 7, and you are already looking for the next fulfillment. So maybe you even here not fulfilled anymore, right? You're not happy with these 2 anymore, and you don't even know yet, or already someone has come and is giving you this new sexual pleasure, because Scorpios definitely can give you sexual pleasure, because they're very deep in the ocean, She's at the shore of the ocean and he sits in the middle of the ocean. So this is really deep, right? This is more a different, ethereal, also independent. This is diving deep, deep down, right? Okay, I looked underneath and I saw the Page of Fire. But just quickly, okay, the Two of Fire for this. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of a longer reading. So Death and Rebirth card got the Wheel of Fortune, meaning you need to let go, absolutely let go, right? Because this creative spark, this connection that you got with yourself within this month, yeah, or within this relationship, I mean, it's really intense here, right? This is a karmic connection. This is karma. Karma to let go of something that wasn't working, that was beyond, right? And also maybe karmic connection, letting go of the Cancer and the Capricorn personality. This is your karma, right? This is something that you have decided to experience. You made that decision. The Five of Swords got 3 major arcana. You again, the Tower, and the Hanged Man. So that shows me that you are within, again, you are, because the Wheel of Fortune came up there, right? Came first. You are within a big turmoil, between a big shift of your own self, of this part of you that wants to be, right? You showing up 3 times. You showing up as the Court card, you showing up as the Emperor, and you showing up as the Emperor again. So there is something of letting go. The Tower, the logos, this reason, this war, this energy that needs to leave, because you are almost in the moment of enlightenment and you realized, oh my God, all these structures are falling apart. They need to fall apart. This outer, right, energy of an emperor, he needs to lead in such a way that the people feel they've done it themselves. You lead from within. You need to come into this awareness, into this position, into meditation. Clearly, because this is what is coming at you, is nagging at you. These 5 is in the middle. 5, it's the thoughts, right? Too many thoughts of like wanting to do something, wanting to create something, wanting to be the emperor, wanting, always thinking, oh my God, more and more and more I want, right? It's still, and it's, I'm winning or I'm losing because I'm the emperor. Hey, hell, I'm the emperor, I'm winning. And I thought I was winning, but look at the person down there. There's even blood down there. He's walking away. And then this card got the Two of Fire, meaning, right, you want to create a new awareness and you want to move on. You're planning to move on from all the things that you have experienced. You planning to dive deeper into your sexual energy. And it's your karma. It's your karma to move on. It's your karma to have this transformation, to have this new awareness, to go further, right? You are in the center and you are creating new dimension, new awareness. And this is intuitively coming, streaming to you. Okay, my dear Aries, empowered, emperor, right? The Emperor and the Empress together, they are in the infinite game, and it's really about you knowing that you're moving to a whole new adventure. Right? So now, even if the personalities are, if it's not about other people, let's say you're single, right? Then you have all these different personalities that you want to bring into your life, right? You are this sparky energy, right? You are, again, also this deep spiritual healing personality. You are also the Queen of Pentacles. You are becoming now clearly in a financial level with this. She holds this ace in her lap, right? She holds it. And this is something that you want to become. You want to embody it. You don't want someone else to be that for you. You want to master yourself. You want to come to your own inner deep place, because you have this high priestess there, which is right below you. She helps you to stream up, right, to this. She helps you to go now deeper down into this. This is the transformation. This is the transformation to a more deeper sexual energy. It could be through another person, but it could also be all within you. All these people could be that you want to impersonate them, right? And still, of course, we have then cards like this where I'm like, okay, there is still, if everything would be fine, I would be like, all right, everything cool. And because of the Tower and because of the Hangman connected with the Emperor, I can see what's happening here within your mind. That in the future, there is something that is shifting you deeply. Something is falling apart. Something is changing. Wow. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a great summer. I mean, obviously you have a great summer. I wish you a lot of fun in this Leo month, right? In this great sexual fun time. I wish you a good time, and see you then when the moon again is in Aries. Thank you for watching. Namaste.